What's up guys, it's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope you are ready for the Ninja Tower event because it's back on again. We've got it for the second time in a row now over the Magic Tower. Did we have the Magic Tower? Yeah, I think we had the Magic Tower just in between, and then we haven't seen the Styx Tower for a while now. But you've got millions of levels of impossibleness to take on, and also we've got two new heroes in the portal. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at these two new critters today that have found their way into the ninja portal, and we're going to start with this guy, Kushanku. So Kushanku is a new holy hero. He is of the Paladin class, which is a good defensive class. And he's of the ninja family. So the ninja family bonus is still for 2 or 3 heroes. And it's either a 5 or 10% chance to dodge normal attacks and special skills, or a 5 or 10% chance to counterattack with 60 or 90% of the damage received. Let's see if we can get him back here. There he is. Cutie. So the ninja family bonus is a pretty good one. It does seem to trigger quite often because it triggers from attacks from tiles as well. So they do dodge quite a bit, even though it's only up to 10% chance. Now, let's look at Kushanku's stats. So we've got 766 on the attack, which is a bit low. We've got 846 on the defense, which is nice, and 1577 on the health, which is really nice as well. So it's nice to see that his stats do match his class perfectly. So move on to his specials. So these ninja heroes, as we know, they've got this charge mechanic, and with the ninja heroes, you've got 3 charges. So on his first mana charge, he's going to be dealing 280% damage to the target. So it's not a very hard hit with that 766 attack stat. But then the caster goes into hiding for 2 turns. While he's hidden, he can't receive new status ailments or effects or stacks, and all received damage is reduced by 20%. Okay, so he's going to hide, but you're still going to be able to damage him. Although the damage that you're dealing is going to be reduced by 20%, he's still going to be taking damage while he's in hiding. Now, when the caster comes out of hiding, he deals 214 damage to all enemies who used special skills while he was in hiding. So it really kind of reminds me of that Season 4 hero, Russella, where she goes into hiding and then she deals damage when she comes out of hiding based on the special skills that were cast while he was in hiding. Now, this damage does also scale when you add emblems and limit breaks. So if we just tap the max power preview there, forget about the stats for a second, but that damage will go up from 214 to 288 damage to all enemies who use special skills while he was in hiding. So that first part of his special is pretty long, pretty long-winded, but basically you've got to be careful as to how hard you try and hit this guy while he is in hiding. Now, I do think that if you manage to kill him while he's in hiding, that 288 damage won't apply. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong on that one, and it'd be worth testing out. But I don't think that the damage applies if you kill him while he's in hiding. Now, that's not it. The target automatically casts Mindless Attack on a random ally when mana's full at the start of a turn during 2 turns. So now that, to me, is probably the best part of this special, is that we've got a hero here who is casting Mindless Attack. Yes, it's on a single target, and yes, it's only for 2 turns, but he's doing it at very fast speed, faster than very fast. So within 2 tile matches, he's going to be ready to go and cast Mindless Attack. So this is a great control hero, even at the first mana charge. So definitely one that you want to have a look out for. On that first charge, he's going to be extremely useful. Now, on charge 2, we're going to see an increase. So he's going to deal 370 damage to the target, which is a pretty good hit. Not quite as hard as a lot of snipers will deal, but it's still a pretty damn good hit. The caster goes into hiding this time for 3 turns. Obviously, we know while hidden, the caster can't receive new status effects or stacks, and the damage is still reduced by 20%. But when he comes out of hiding, he deals 288 damage to all enemies who use special skills. So that is very interesting. So the damage that he deals doesn't increase between charge 1 and charge 2. So on charge 1, it's 288 damage to all. On charge 2, it's 288 damage to all who use special skills. So it's exactly the same in that effect. The only difference is that he's hiding for 3 turns, and the target automatically casts Mindless Attack on a random ally when mana's full at the start of a turn during 3 turns. So do I think this is significantly better than charge 1? Not really. I think that you're going to mainly live in charge 1 with this guy, because you want to add that mindless attack to the enemy as quickly as possible. Potentially it might be a little bit annoying that it only lasts for 2 turns, but you can time it to where if you've got somebody like Khufu who is ready to go off and you've got him at charge 1, you can mindless attack Khufu, dump a tile match into him, and then he's just going to go back down to 0 mana again. So like I said before, you'll probably live at charge 1 most of the time, but at charge 2 you've just got a little bit extra damage and an extra turn of the mindless attack. So I'm pretty sure I know what we're going to see in charge 3. So 3rd mana charge, 450% damage to the target. Okay, so at 3rd mana charge, he's doing the same sort of damage that you get from a hero, a sniper like Khonshu, who deals 425, but he's running it very fast. This is going to be it very slow. So what I'm saying here is you're not really going to be using this guy for the amount of damage he's dealing up front. You're going to be using him for the second part of the special. So charge 3, he goes into hiding for 4 turns, and obviously we know what happens while he's in hiding. This time, interestingly, the damage is reduced by 40% when he's in hiding. And he is in hiding for a longer period of time, remember that. But when he comes out of hiding, suddenly they deal 443 damage to all enemies who use special skills while he was in hiding. So there is an increase in the level of damage. But again, I just want to go back to charge 1. Remember, he's only in hiding for 2 turns, but he's dealing 288 damage to all enemies. The 3rd charge, I'm getting confused. The 3rd charge is a higher amount of damage, but you have to wait double the amount of time to be dealing that damage to the enemies who use special skills. So I'd rather fire him off like 2 or 3 times at charge 1, or even use charge 2 if you need the mindless attack, than to use charge 3. And the target will cast mindless attack for 4 turns on charge 3 when mana is full. This is a great hero. He's not overpowered in any way, but what he is he's making use of mechanics that we've seen before, combining heroes, 2 different heroes that we've seen, like I'm thinking like Waddles and Russella, into like one single hero package, which I do like, and it's very innovative. So I'm digging this special. I'm digging this hero, and I could definitely use him on my team. I think he's a great catch if you do manage to grab this guy. Consider yourselves lucky. He does benefit from ailment immunity, which means that at the start of the battle, he's immune to status ailments for 6 turns. That is a great ether talent as well. And we've got a lot of heroes, especially the ninjas and the magic family heroes, like Ray, for example, who can deal some pretty serious ailments at very fast speed. So being immune to ailments is a definite plus and a definite tool in Kushanku's arsenal. So yeah, let's move on to hero number 2, which is squirrel guy thing. Azurite. Kind of looks like one of those. Yeah, he's a flying squirrel, but there's another name for them. I can't remember the name. Anyway, it might come up to me in a minute. But anyway, so Azurite, he is a ice hero of the rogue class, fantastic class. Gets the chance to dodge special skills on top of the family bonus, which also gives him a chance to dodge normal attacks and special skills. So They work really well in conjunction with each other. And he gets the same family bonus for the counterattack as well. Now, if we switch the max power preview off, that is a massive attack stat, 894. Wow, that is huge, like seriously huge. He's running at 749 on the defense and 1462 on the health. So pretty good stats. I mean, his defense is slightly lower, but that attack stat more than makes up for having a slightly lower defense. Nearly 900 right off the bat, and 1462 health. So if we hit the max power preview, yeah, that's going above 1200 on the attack. So any damage that he's dealing is just going to be magnified by that huge attack stat. And then he also benefits from the attack up ether power. So at the start of the battle, he's going to get plus 20% attack for 6 turns. So that 1210 is going to be like 1400 plus at the start of the battle, like 1440. So you're going to be dealing some pretty hefty damage if you do decide to go ahead and second limit break Azurite. Now his special skill, it's called Light Grenades. Cool name. I think that's the name of a band or a song. I can't remember. Anyway, it's running at charge speed as well. And on first mana charge, he's dealing 250% damage to the target and nearby enemies. So like I said just a second ago, with that 1200 attack stat, even with the 894 attack stat, 250 damage to the target and nearby is going to be a pretty hefty hit. And the target and nearby enemies get minus 35% accuracy for 2 turns. Now, the target and nearby enemies deal 320 damage to a random ally if they miss a special skill during 2 turns. Now, again, this is an interesting new mechanic which we haven't seen before. I mean, we have to an extent with some of the new like Journey family heroes and other heroes like Anubis, who add an effect that has another effect based on what kind of skills the enemies use. And I like this because, again, it's a good new innovation which makes you think a few times about going up against them. But in Azurite's case, the damage, the upfront damage at very fast speed is pretty good. Pretty damn good. I mean, 250% damage is decent. I've got a hero somewhere here. Let's have a look. Divana. So she's dealing 255 damage to the target and nearby at average speed. And she's got, with the limit breaks, 912 on the attack. And that hit is pretty decent. It's about like 450 to 500. So I'd imagine that with Azurite, especially if you level the limit break, you're going to be looking at some pretty serious damage from that 250% on charge 1 at very fast speed. And that minus accuracy plus the talent class plus the family bonus means that he's going to be pretty difficult to hit. I mean, he is a flying squirrel. Right, guys, sorry for the interruption there. Like I was saying, he is a flying squirrel, so you'd think he'd be pretty difficult to hit. So we've gone over charge 1, 250 damage to the target and nearby, minus 35% accuracy, and the target and nearby deal 320 damage to a random ally if they miss the special skill during 2 turns. That, for a first mana charge, is absolutely amazing. Now, moving on to charge 2, the damage is going to increase to 325%. Now, that is akin to somebody like Quinnell, and it's quite a serious amount of damage with that high attack stat. And the target and nearby enemies are going to get minus 40% accuracy for 3 turns. So an extra turn and a extra little amount of reduced accuracy. And the target and nearby enemies will deal 390 damage to a random ally if they miss their special skill during the next 3 turns. So again, a really serious amount of damage going to be happening there if you do miss your special skill, which is very likely to happen against this little squirrel. Now let's look at charge 3. So at charge 3, we're going to be increasing to 400% damage to the target and nearby enemies. Now, this is going to be running at slow speed, so you can't really say it's super overpowered because you've got to put it in the same class as heroes like Khufu and Seneferu, who are dealing whopping amounts of damage to all enemies. And then the accuracy decrease is going to be increased to minus 54% accuracy for the next 4 turns, which is going to feel like a heck of a long time. And it's going to be seriously frustrating when you're trying to cast specials. You really want to rely on tile damage, because if you do cast a special and you miss at charge 3, then the target and nearby enemies deal 470 damage to a random ally if they miss the special during 4 turns. So, I mean, it's quite likely that you're going to miss. And if you do miss with all 3, you're going to be having like nearly 500 damage to 3 other heroes on the team, which is massive. Now, the saving grace is that for us going up against this guy, if you don't manage to pull him, the amount of damage dealt after the special does not increase with limit breaks and emblems. So it's just set to a flat rate of either the 320 or the 360 or the 470. So it's, or 390, sorry, on charge 2. So yeah, I just love these new heroes. I think that they are going to be giving you some challenges, but not challenges that you're unable to overcome. On when you're facing them on offense, you could put somebody like Melosi up against him and just disable him, or you could use somebody to reflect this skill. That would be interesting as well. But then you're going to need to dispel him and cleanse. I mean, they just make you think about new attacking formations and new approaches to be using in your attack. So yeah, I think we've got 2 amazing new heroes in this portal. And featured alongside them is the Grandma Ninja. I'm a bit disappointed they didn't feature this guy. This is one that I really, really want to get my hands on, this guy, Oniwakamaru. Just because his name sounds cool and I want that super fast taunt. But Mayo in Knee is a great support hero as well. Just boosting the health of everybody by a ridiculous amount, increasing mana and increasing defense straight away as well. So some really good heroes in this portal, and I wish you guys all of the best of luck in your summons. Please drop us a like, subscribe if you find the videos useful, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye for now, guys.